This is odd. I believe I'm live. I've found a way to live stream on here without having YouTube's 50 sub requirement. It's not illegal. I'm just using a different app. The lighting's not going to be very good, by the way, because I've got the light behind me. I can't really do anything about that. YouTube is telling me that I'm live. Thank you. So I know I'm live. I've just finished doing my weights. I've done them 2 times in a row. No, I don't normally. I'm looking at myself again. Hopefully there's sound. I don't know why it's 30 FPS. It's supposed to be 60 FPS at 1080p. Also, I've got a really scuffed setup here. Anyway, if anybody does come, I do have the chat. I keep looking at myself. And I'm wearing a tank top today, so every video that I tend to do on the treadmill, I'm standing on, I walk on the treadmill with that top on. But I'm going to do some cardio. Hopefully the sound's okay. I can't really check unless I go into the other room, but then I won't be able to see myself because I won't be live. But anyway, I just done my weights. It's quite quick today actually, about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, which is on the quick side. Let me get some water. And I just had a bit of a break. And then I decided to set this up. What is that there? There's something on the screen. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, that's just for me to change the... Alright, so we're at 30 FPS for whatever reason, and like I say, I apologize if the lighting, if I was maybe back here, it would be a different story, but then I can't, I mean, I could walk my way back here on the treadmill, I guess, but then I'm going to be shouting, and the lighting's, you know, still off, so, yeah, without further ado, we've got an hour on the treadmill. I've got my phone on charge, I've got my phone attached to an arm, which is attached to my weights bench, which is propped up against a cupboard so I can get the height. I'm going to walk on the treadmill, got my watch ready. I'm going to start off a little bit slower today. I've been quite busy today, so I'm quite ahead on my daily sort of steps goal that I try and do. But hopefully the sound's going to be okay. I'll find out if anybody joins, and if and after the fact I could check back on this. But here we go. So I'm just gonna walk and talk. As weird as this looks really odd looking at myself walking like this, even though I've recorded myself several times. I'm actually hoping that the audio's on. Yeah, I'm hoping that you can actually hear me talk if anybody does come. So normally what I do when I do the old treadmill is I got my TV, which is it's just behind here, and I end up just putting on YouTube videos. So that's what I'm going to do still. I normally watch Coach Greg stuff because he does like 20-minute videos. And before you know it, you've watched 3 videos and you're done. So my TV remote is broke, by the way. So yeah. So I'm just gonna walk, and if anybody comes in, feel free, hopefully, to say hello. I don't bite. But normally I just find stuff to watch. I watch gaming stuff. I watch whatever. I've watched things like Piers Morgan stuff, which I'm not really a big fan of, but sometimes it's interesting one to watch. Hot ones on YouTube, which is pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully the sound's okay, because I've got a fan right here, and obviously my treadmill's making a noise, and I'm quite far away from the camera. So I say the camera, it's my phone. So we've got an hour on the treadmill. I don't know what to talk about now, actually. We've got an hour to do. There's nobody here, so it doesn't really matter. But Yeah, I'm going a little bit slower. I do have the incline on the same. I was thinking about hiring the incline. I've got it on 6% right now. But I was thinking of maybe put it up to 7. But some days I'm a little bit more tired, and sometimes some days I have to start off a little bit slower. And then what I do, maybe 30 minutes into it, I get up to speed, and maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, I start putting up the speed, and then before you know it, it's on 4 miles an hour. At the minute it's just on 3. So once again, there's my oh, you can't see it, but my watch is telling me I've done 8,000 steps for the day, which doesn't sound a lot, but I've been in all day. I've just been busy. Well, I say I've been in all day. I did go out, and finally, I think I spoke. If anybody watches this after the fact, I did. Sorry. Also, if anybody watches this, I keep looking here. The camera's there. I keep looking at myself. Not like I'm vain or anything like that. I don't know why. I just feel like looking at myself as I'm talking to somebody. But I actually went out this morning because I've had the saga of getting my hair cut. Somebody left a comment. I forget the name, so I apologise if you see this, but someone left a comment saying that I should grow a mullet. And I was like, probably not. As enticing as it sounds, or as inviting as it sounds, I don't particularly fancy growing a mullet. This is long enough for me right now. I haven't grown my hair this thickness or length in a while. I normally just shave it all off, but I don't like shaving my hair off. But I just got into habit, especially like when COVID was all that. My hair grew pretty long. Oh, grab your £3 voucher. I don't know if you heard that. Pokemon Go voucher. I don't even play Pokemon Go anymore. Anyway, so what was I saying? Hold on. Oh God, this is quite hard to do. I can't. Sorry if that's a bit wobbly, but I was trying to move the camera. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, mullet. COVID. When COVID happened, I just got used to shaving my hair off because it was so difficult to go to a hairdresser's, because I don't know, I was just paranoid about catching COVID because apparently everybody's going to die from it, but whatever. So basically the moral of the story is I end up just, if you hear that noise, by the way, once again I said this in a previous video, but I've got an automatic fan over here that goes every 38 minutes, precisely every 38 minutes. So why 38 and not 40? I don't know, I didn't make the thing. But yeah, so I got used to shaving my hair off basically. Sorry, I think I've got an undiagnosed ADHD, as well as whatever else is going on in this nut, and I sometimes get sidetracked, so I apologise. But Samsung account, legal terms uploaded. Why? I don't know if you can hear that on the stream, but I don't know if the notifications go off. But so yeah, I went round to there we go. I was saying yesterday in the little video that I made, I say little video, it turned out to be like 13, nearly 14 minutes, that there is a woman's, well, what do you call it, a woman's hairdresser, but you know what I mean. Normally get sort of the old ladies in there getting their hair done and all that, but it's, they do women's hair mainly. It's a hair salon or whatever you want to call it. It's not a barber's per se, but I sort of spoke to all about this yesterday. But yeah, I felt so stupid because I was sort of anxious about going in anyway, just because that's the way I am. I've not been in there. It's the same hairdressers, but it's moved to another building. And I haven't been there for like 10 years, 9 years, something like that. Because I used to get my hairs cut somewhere else. Not in the local area. But, so I put the courage to go in the hairdressers, just to ask, because they used to have a walk-in thing, I believe every Tuesday between like 5 and 7 p.m. So I know it's Friday today, but I just thought that was basically my basically I was using that to go, oh, maybe they still do appointments. Do I have to book an appointment to get a haircut? You know, in the barbers you can just in most barbers you can just walk in, right? Obviously this isn't a barber, so I was like, do I have to make an appointment? So I walked in, and it's quite a small building, just one little room. And so I walked through the door, and to my right there's a woman getting her hair, something there. And then over like behind her, there's like 3 seats. There's one seat on its own here for maybe the people getting their hair dyed or something like that, I don't know. And there's 3 other seats behind, 3 or 4 seats behind, and there's one woman getting a haircut. And I'm standing there, just with my, so I walked in, so say I walked in, but then I turned to my side, looking over. I'm looking, just trying to get somebody's attention. I look to my left, and there's a young woman, there's a young woman standing behind the counter, just staring at me, saying, "You all right?" So I'm standing there, I walk in, just staring. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And she says, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah, sorry, I didn't see you there." She goes, "Oh, I thought you were just going because you were with somebody." She thought I was with somebody who was getting their hair done. And I was like, "Oh no, sorry." So I was literally standing there, and she's over here to my left, just waiting for me to say something, but I didn't see her at all. So I felt like such an idiot. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Because I was actually about going anyway. Why? I have an anxiety disorder, if I haven't said that before, so doing stuff like that is quite anxiety inducing. As crazy as that sounds, it's hard to explain. But yeah, so I literally just standing there with her to my left. I was oblivious of her existence until maybe 30 or 40 seconds into walking into the building. And anyway, she says I have to book an appointment. They don't have walk-ins anymore. So the earliest day, because they had nothing tomorrow, so Saturday, and they're closed on a Monday. So they're open on a Saturday, but they're closed Sundays and Mondays. So basically the story is I can't get an appointment until Tuesday. That was basically me going around a roundabout way of saying I've got a hair appointment Tuesday. There you go. And how am I having it cut? Well, normally when I used to have it cut, I'm not a fancy guy. When I was younger, I used to have like a faux hawk and I would spike my hair up, but I'm 34 now. I don't think me walking around with a faux hawk is, well, I just don't want to anymore. I ain't done stuff like that for years anyway. But I did get into a habit of, when I have my hair, that I keep this quite long at the top, shaved here, you know, blended in, and then I just sweep it back. Kind of like what I've got it now at the top. Maybe not so much now, it's a little bit sweaty. But I just comb it back, you know, and that's basically it. I'm not exactly trying to be fancy or anything like that. So it's just it would just be nice to actually get my hair cut, you know, professionally, instead of just me. I've got a pair of clippers and just and having a number 2 all over or something like that. I'm not really don't really like that. I want to have my hair cut properly. But yeah, no, last time a haircut was just before COVID, and yeah, when COVID happened, obviously you couldn't have your hair cut. And then I just got into the habit, and then I moved into a new area, but it's an area I grew up in. So where I'm living now is basically the area I grew up in. Went to school around there and everything. And everything's very sort of, where's my phone going off? Everything's sort of the same. There's not really much here, but yeah, the hairdressers moved from, like, there's one building now is a cafe, and there's actually an old police building, just a little tiny building on the corner. So yeah, so I'm in an area I grew up in. It's just that I moved away when I was like 18, and I've been around a bit, around the UK, or around England I should say, the north of England. But now, actually it was during COVID, it was I think it was July the 7th or July the 9th of 2020 that I moved in here. So it's just basically 3 years. The But yeah, everything was closed around here. Even now, like, there's not much here, like I say, but there was a vet that was here. We had one vet, like a, a vet. Let's say a vet for animals, but you know what I mean. Obviously, a vet is for animals. Yeah, we had one, but they had to close down during COVID because of just the way COVID was. And then, man, you should see how difficult it is to get a doctor's appointment. It's very difficult. Like, I haven't seen a doctor, like an actual doctor, for ages. Last year, I had to get some bloods taken because I was getting these god-awful, like, out of the blue. Bear in mind, I was much heavier. I'm still heavy now, obviously. But obviously I'm about 80 pounds roughly down as of now in the last 6 months. But last year I was obviously much heavier, but for the last couple of years, even before I put a bunch of weight on, I would just get these random, like, and nothing caused it. Like I wasn't, I didn't spray nothing. I literally just would randomly throughout the day or wake up in the morning with either in my left foot or my right foot, getting these excruciating pains. Like, it would go like red hot and sore, and I couldn't walk on it. Like, I couldn't walk. It would swell up a little bit sometimes, and it would feel like somebody's trying to constantly snap my foot into. That's what it felt like. And it was almost like nerve pains. And first thing you think of, especially when I put so much weight on, is diabetes, right? Well, that's what I went last year. I thought, God, I've got to do something about this, because it was like, I was in bed sometimes in tears. I'm not going to lie. I've told you this before. I'm not doing this to fabricate anything or anything I say to you, anyone who watches on this channel, is as it is. I'm not going to tell you everything, because there's no need for that. But yeah, there was many times over the last couple of years where it would just come on, and it turns out that when I had my bloods taken last year, I was low on vitamins. They ended up giving me pain medication for arthritis called, I forgot what it's called now. But just in case, they gave me that. Hold on, just making sure I've got my timer on my watch. I'm just making sure I've got it going. They gave me what were they called? Not omeprazole. Omeprazole is for my acid. I have stomach problems sometimes, like acid. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, regardless, they gave me those. They gave me vitamin D, like a really strong, because I was like housebound quite a lot, just for being extremely overweight and mental health issues and stuff like that. I'm not going into that just now, but I was basically housebound, so I didn't get out. So vitamin D was extremely low. They put me on, what was it? It's what pregnant women have. Oh my God. It's not just for pregnant women, but I thought it was just for pregnant women, but it's not. If anybody needs it, and I can't think what it's called now. It's a common thing that pregnant women are supposed to take. Jesus, what's it called? Anyway, God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, this pain medication for arthritis, because they thought maybe it could be that. Vitamin D, strong vitamin D. There was pregnant women have it. What's it called? Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. That. And I was on some sort of, head tablets as well. Let's just say that. And that for the first time, because I was getting these pains come in. I mean, sometimes they would last like 3 to 4 weeks, and I was in agony. And the problem was I couldn't just walk to a doctor. One, I was extremely unfit. Two, I was housebound due to reasons I won't go into now, but just like I say, I was very physically unfit and mentally, in a pretty bad spot. And also, God, what is that medication that women take when they're pregnant? It's going to bother me, and they gave me that. It'll come to me. So when I couldn't really describe what it felt like, because when I didn't have it, it was my feet were fine. But when it happened, it was like, what do I do? and no like pain medication, anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, Nurofen, paracetamols, whatever. None of that was working. So as soon as they gave me this medication, I assumed it was the strong painkillers for arthritis, because for the first time, so bear in mind, I was getting these pains very regularly, every couple of weeks there, and they would last. The thing that go in the end, there was one time what really was like, right, I have to do it, is I had the pains for nearly 5 weeks. I couldn't take it anymore, so I got myself to the doctors. That's where they took my blood basically. And yeah, so the pain stopped. Matosh, hello. I'm just rambling on. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? I finally worked out how to live stream from my phone. We're 18 minutes in. You can perfectly fine. Okay, because I wasn't too sure. My setup right now is my phone. Sorry, I keep looking at myself. You're there. Hello. So I tried to stream from my phone the other day, but the YouTube app wouldn't allow me to stream directly from YouTube. It said I needed 50 subscribers, which I don't have. So I was like, oh, well, I ain't doing that then. But then I thought, hold on a minute. You know Streamlabs, what I use, so I don't use Streamlabs anymore, but when I stream on the other channel, Stream Games, I used to use Streamlabs. And Streamlabs have got a mobile app. So I loaded the mobile app. Not yet. Soon enough, well, we'll see. I'm not really too bothered. I said when I first started doing this channel was more mentally for me, as selfish as that sounds, because it helps me knowing that, like, checking in once a week, you know. I think I spoke about it to you the other week on the other channel. But anyway, I downloaded Streamlabs and signed into my account, set it up, and here we go. But my setup right now, is I got my phone. So obviously what we're seeing now, I've got the arm attached to my weights bench. My weights bench is propped up at an angle like that, so like a 45-degree angle on a cupboard here, so I can get the height properly so I could stream, and I've got it all connected by a really long cable so I can charge my phone. I'm sorry that the light's not very good, but I mean I could stand back here like this, but yeah, so you have to bear with me with the lighting because I've got the light obviously behind me. But yeah, I've just been rambling on. Survival instinct, yeah. Well, just thought I'd do it, you know. I mean, I'm not expecting people to watch, but once again, I mean, why not, you know? I didn't want it to just be every week me go, hey, it's me, James. Yep, this week I've lost this weight. Yeah, I haven't really changed anything. See you next week. It's kind of boring, isn't it? You know? And I can talk. I've got a bit of a stitch. I've been very busy today, so I've done. Hold on, one sec. I got my water here with ice cubes in it. I've been quite active today. I've also did my weights again today, which I don't normally do weights 2 days in a row, but I thought, why not? So I got up. I've just been doing stuff around the place. I've been out this morning to finally get an appointment to get my hair cut. I was just talking about that a moment ago. I am walking a little bit slower today, but normally, I mean, what are we in now? 21 minutes, 30 seconds. Sometimes I start off light and I just keep going, bah, 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 bah. But sometimes I go maybe 30 minutes and then just ramp it up. And before you know it, I'm only on 3 miles an hour at the minute. Today is your comeback to the gym after a long time. Good job. It always feels good. I went through a period, I think I spoke about it in one of the videos. I went through a period of like, I think it was 2 weeks. Turns out, actually I spoke about it Monday, I think. I missed like 5 weight sessions or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to actually go put this up because I feel like I'm walking too slow. There we go. I'll just put it up by 2. Or 0.2, sorry, not 2. Put it up by 2, I'll be basically sprinting, and that ain't going to happen. I got a dodgy knee. So I was thinking about our conversation, and I said to myself, it's time to make some change. Yeah, it's a good thing. Like, I think that, especially for me, the biggest problem is just like stepping over. I probably talked about this already, but I don't talk about it again, you know. I think the biggest thing is stepping over the threshold and getting to get it done. I always find with someone like me, not just in doing this, but just doing stuff in general, stuff that may be a bit scary, or with me having anxiety problems, something that could be really anxiety inducing, excuse me, a lot of the time, the most anxiety inducing thing is the thinking about doing it. And like I say, I'm not just talking about going to the gym or whatever, just for a lot of things with me. For example, I was talking about it a moment ago before you came. I'll talk about it again now actually. So, long story short, I spoke about it yesterday in the video, but I've been meaning to get my hair cut, right? And I haven't been to a hairdresser's or a barber's. Sorry, I got a bit of a stitch. Probably because I'm talking so much, I'm not used to it. I've not been to a barber since before COVID. And obviously when COVID happened, I ended up just, because my hair grew pretty long, I just shaved it off with clippers, and ever since then I've just got into the habit of doing it every couple of like maybe 2 months, right? But I don't like shaving my head. I normally just have it, you know, just smart, longer on the top, shave around the sides, but obviously I can't do that myself. So anyway, where I live, there's a hairdresser, so a woman's hair salon or whatever, right? Which used to do a walk-in hairdressers or barbers. But that was like 10 years ago, and I've not been in it since. Just because I moved away, and then I've been to other places, and now I'm back, right? So for me to walk into this women's hairdressers was kind of like, oh God, it's like, I was quite anxious about it. As daft as that sounds, but it's just the way I am, right? So I was like, right, you know what? Just go and do it. So I went round this morning, right? So this building, so basically they moved building. They were in a larger building, which is now a cafe. And now they're in a smaller building, which is literally like two buildings away on a corner. It's just a small little building. Maybe they wanted to downsize because I only live in a small village. There's not a lot of people around, so maybe they wanted a smaller building. Anyway, it's besides the point. Who knows? So I walk in. I've never been in here before, and to my right, there's one woman right here. To my right, okay. You walk through the door, and to your right, there's one woman there getting her hair something, right? I don't know what she's doing, right? But then behind there's 3 more like stalls. ADHD, yeah, I know. I swear I've got ADHD. But I've never been diagnosed with it, but it's always been something that I think I have had. Anyway, so behind her, there's like 3 other spots, and there were 3 or 4, and there's another woman doing something with somebody else's hair, okay? So I walk in, right? So I walk through a door. Imagine I walk through a door, right? I turn to my right, looking over, you know, where these people are. So I was trying to catch somebody's attention, right? Just to ask, you know, do you do walk-in barbers, or do you have to make an appointment still, or what, right? But no one was looking at me. So I was like, okay. So I stood there for a good maybe 40 seconds. I looked to my left, and there's a woman standing behind a counter, staring at me. I didn't notice her. There's a little tiny corner bit, little tiny thing. This woman was standing behind, and she was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" I said, "I didn't see." I was like, "I didn't see you there." I said, "You must think I'm a weirdo." Like I was just, I literally just walked in and stood, and so she's to my left. I didn't see her, so I'm like this. Oh Jesus! And she goes, "You all right?" I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." So I didn't see her. She "No, it's okay." And then she says, "Oh, I thought you were with one of the women here." And I was like, "No, I was wondering if you still do men's haircuts." I felt so embarrassed because I was like nervous about going in his ears. And I'm just standing there like a weirdo, just staring at these women getting their hair cut or whatever they were doing. I felt like such a moron. But anyway, long story short, I'm going to get my hair cut on Tuesday. And this time I'm going to remember when I walk in, that right, so basically, I just didn't see, when you walk in, she's right there. But for some reason I looked to my right and just did not see the woman behind the counter. It was just this really, she was a little young woman as well. She's probably younger than me. Just this little woman, just a little tiny woman, just, almost just here. Basically what you can see from me, poking out the top of this little tiny thing. Be careful of jump scares next time, I know. Oh man. But I just felt so embarrassed. She must have thought I was such a weirdo. Like, oh man, I'm just standing there staring at these women getting their hair done. While she's staring at me wondering what the hell I'm doing. Oh boy. Oh man. But yeah, so I've been actually pretty active this week. I've done my treadmill Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, today. Monday, Tuesday and Thursday I did it for like an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 30, an hour and 40 minutes. So it was coming up to, well, including some stuff I did during the day, I've been doing like 13,000 steps, roughly, which is a lot. It's near enough, it's not double, but it's pretty much double what I normally do on a daily basis. So I've been very active, plus I've done my weights 3 times this week already, and I've still got tomorrow and Sunday. So tomorrow, shut up phone, I don't know if you heard that, but tomorrow I'm going to be not doing my weights, and then Sunday we'll do the weights again. Maybe just let your hair grow and then mistake you for a female. I'm not too sure, you know, with this facial hair. I did put one of those filters on Snapchat, just farting around the other day. I was bored, and I must say I actually look pretty good for a woman, because it makes you look, to be fair, I look a little bit like my sister, but then that sounds weird, doesn't it? Because I'm like, I look pretty good, but then I'm like, oh, I look like my sister. So, but long hair does suit me, because my dad grew up in the 70s. He was in his prime in the 70s, and too many trans lately. True, I ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't talking about that here, I'm afraid. But let's just say I get what you're saying. Let's just say I get what you're saying. But I definitely understand what you're saying. But, and by the way, I'm not against trans. If this ever comes out, if I become super famous, and this comes out and someone says I'm transphobic, I'm not transphobic, but I do think it's ridiculous that you can say you're a woman and compete in a bodybuilding contest or a weightlifting contest and win, and that's fine. That's not fair on the biological women. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, there's enough of that. But I'm not transphobic at all. You live your life the way you want. Doesn't bother me. But if you're an arsehole to me, I ain't gonna like you. Don't care what you are. People must be careful. Exactly. People must be careful. There's a lot of people can say what they want, but if I say what I want to say and I'm not being offensive, I'm being offensive. Anyway, let's change the subject. But I get what you're saying. Trust me. But yeah, I've been doing more gym stuff, as in weights. My weights machine's right here, actually. I don't know if I can. I'm not going to start moving it around. Maybe when I stop. I don't want to stop. I don't like stopping. I said stop too many times. Oh, 32 minutes. Have you been hitting the bench? Yeah, I've got my bench. It's literally, my bench is here. But when I say hitting the bench, I mean, what's your PR? I don't bother with that. At the minute, when I do bench pressing, the way I do is like, I do a routine. You know, some people do routines where it's like, people go for that stuff. Maybe, well, everything's lagging. Are we lagging? Oh, am I lagging? Hold on a minute. I think I'm lagging. I hope I'm not lagging. I think I'm lagging. Hello, hello, hello. So, at the minute, when I do my routine, I'm not trying to, oh, I can lift the most weight. Can't wait for later videos where you make some huge progress and make workout videos about hitting weights. Well, if I was to show you what I looked like 6 months ago, you would see that I've made huge progress. And I've got those videos on my computer. I don't know why we're lagging, so I'm going to try something, okay? I'm flipping the camera, and I'm flipping it back. That did not work. Well, that's not good. What about if I do... I don't know why it's lagging. I've never used this on my phone before. So I apologise. Hopefully it sorts itself out. But yeah, if you look at the videos of me 6 months ago when I first started this, you would see a difference. I mean, losing like basically 80 pounds, you're going to see a difference. But I know what you're saying. At the minute, when I do bench, it's just part of my routine. Don't know why exactly why, but you're a funny guy. Yeah, it's this face, that's why. Yeah, so when I do bench, it's just part of my routine. Don't get mad like the guy from the Goodfellas movie. I've never seen the Goodfellas. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But yeah, so when I do bench, I start off, so my routine's a bit weird. What? I've never seen Goodfellas, no. Is that a problem? Am I uncultured because I haven't seen the Goodfellas? Maybe I should watch it. Maybe I should walk on the treadmill and watch it whilst walking on the treadmill. That could be reported. Yeah, well, report me away. I'm only going to lose 9 subscribers. Okay, so bench press. I don't really care for strength right now. My main thing that's helping me, the main thing that's helping me lose weight is my calories in and calories out, which is going normal as well as great. And this, doing cardio. Doing this is helping me. Weights is a bonus. Now, I have noticed the difference in myself. I mean, if I get the right lighting here, I mean, I'm still a big fat guy, but hold on. The lighting's, the lighting's off, but, oh shit, so, okay, I'm still a big guy, right, so it doesn't really matter, but I've noticed, you can't really see it, because you know what lighting's like, right? I've noticed in my chest, in my stomach, and in my arms, especially the tricep part, you can start to see some definition. But when it comes to like strength, I just go through a routine that I do. When I do, I'll tell you my routine, okay? This is my workout routine. It's not like people go, oh, I'm going to work back and arms today. I'm going to do tricep. I'm going to do push and pull. No, I just do a thing that I'm used to doing, right? For now, that I'm comfortable with. So my workout routine starts off on the treadmill. I do a 5-minute walk just to get the blood flowing, okay? 5 minutes, done. I get the bench out, get my barbell, which is down there, which at the minute has 30, it's only like 40 kilograms. It's nothing. I do 40 kilograms bench press. I do 15 reps 3 times. So 15 reps, 3 times, 40 kilograms. It's nothing much, but where I started, I couldn't do that. And bear in mind, I've only been doing this for 6 months. Once I've done the 3 bench, the 3 sets, oh, I noticed the video's not lagging anymore. Nice. When I do the 3 bench, I do, 30 kilogram barbell curls. So I do 10 reps. So I do 10 reps of barbell curls into 10 reps bent over rows. I could know if I wanted to train for strength. I know I could, but I don't care about that right now. It's just a routine I'm in, and it's working. So that's maybe my biggest thing right now is losing weight. if I can build some muscle and get a bit of definition, so when more and more of the weight comes off, you can see it, that's great. But my main goal right now, I used to be quite, I had a six-pack and all this at one point. I've always been quite a stocky guy. And I used to do weights years ago. So I know I can do it, but just right now, putting all this weight on, which I've never done, I've never put this much weight on before, losing it is my main priority. It's good if you understand the sushi. Yeah, so exactly, if you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna stick to it, right? So anyway, bench press. Now I do barbell curls, so 30 kilograms, barbell curls, 10 sets. I do 10 and then straight into 10, sorry, not 10 sets, 10 reps. So I do, you call it a superset, right? So 10 reps, barbell curls, 30 kilograms into 10 reps bent over rows. That's one set. I do that 3 times. Once I've done that, I jump on my weights machine, which is right here. I do lateral pull downs. So lateral pull downs right now are 49.5 kgs. I do 10 reps of those into seated, seated chest press. So I do 10 lateral pull downs, get up, turn around, sit back on the thing, do 12 reps. I don't know 12, it just happens to be 12. 12 with the same weight, 49.5 kg. I do 12 reps of those. That's one set. I do that 3 times. Once I've done that, I do tricep push downs. Tricep push downs are quite tough for me. They're not tough, but there's a period of time where I was ill, about 2 months ago, and I didn't do weights for like 3 weeks, and I lost a bit of strength, so I had to go down and then work my way back up again. Tricep push downs is on, I think 40 kilograms, I think 40.5, I can't remember, or 38.5, 39, whatever. I do 10 tricep push downs into 12 of those, chest flies, right? I do that 3 times. And then, to finish it off, I know this doesn't make any sense, but it's just what I do. To finish it off, I do back to the barbell again. I do the 3 sets barbell curls into bent over rows, and then I finish off on the bench press. If I can put some more weight, and I feel I can do some more weight, I will, but if not, I don't. But I just do the same thing, and once I've done all that, it takes me about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on, sometimes I do more, but mostly I don't. Once I've done that, back on the treadmill for an hour. And if I do any more than an hour, then that's great. And I've come to grips with the fact that, and it hasn't happened yet, but there has been times, especially yesterday, I was like, man, my legs are gone. My legs, so when I came on the treadmill yesterday, my legs felt like jelly. I was like, I don't know if I can do this today. But I was like, no, hold on, just keep going, maybe slow it down a little bit, and then build up. Which, talking of building it up, let me just, there we go. Okay, we're 40 minutes in, so I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. But yeah, so that's my routine. But yeah, those days are most important because those are the days you feel the best, I think. I mean, yesterday I thought I was going to struggle with my weights routine. And in the video I put out yesterday, I spoke about it and I was like, actually the weights routine yesterday felt really good. Like I powered right through that. And then the treadmill, I was on it for an hour and a half. There's going from, you know, feeling like, well, my legs are like jelly, to I'm still going an hour and a half later. So, yeah. So it is those ones mentally, you know, I think, yeah, those are the ones where you feel the best, you know, about it. To break through that, stop and make the most, exactly. Oh, pardon me. One thing I have been doing though is I've not been eating enough. What time is it now? What time are we on? It is 8:23 p.m. for me. I haven't been eating enough because I end up getting into this habit of finishing my workout. See, I like to have my morning, I have my food, and then I give it time, okay? Then if I have any pre-workout, get my pre-workout ready, leave it about an hour, then do all my stuff, right? But sometimes I have to leave it till later on in the day. And especially if I decide to do a treadmill for an extra half an hour, or I do more weights or something like that. For example, yesterday I was going for over 3 hours in total, from start to finish, and it was like 10:30 at night. I only had one meal. I had the one meal and a protein bar and a pre-workout. So I finished off afterwards having a protein drink, and then had some fruit. No, not any fruit, sorry. I got these jelly pots. I'm not a big fan of jelly, but you can get 10-calorie jelly pots, and it's just something with a bit of flavour, and they taste really good. I've been finding a lot of food now that's low in calories, but like filling. So I got this ice cream. I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if this brand is like only in the UK, but I spoke about it before. There's a brand called My Protein, and I get their ready-made meals, and they're fantastic. Really high in protein, low in calories, very filling, and all the other stuff in between, the macros or whatever. But they have their own ice cream, right? So they have these tubs of ice cream. They're the same size as like Ben and Jerry's. And you can get, so I'm always skeptical about that kind of stuff, because it's like when you get protein powder. Oh, get your chocolate, double chocolate chip cookie dough flavored protein shake, and it tastes like crap, right? My Protein, oh, is it? Okay, well, obviously I'm not endorsed by My Protein. It'd be pretty good, that'd be pretty sick. I'd love to get free stuff, but obviously not. But they do their own ready meals, and they're fantastic. But I've also used their multivitamins, and I use their pre-workout and protein drinks, because they have clear whey protein or whey isolate. I'm not a big fan of like the chocolate milkshake proteins and stuff like that. They have this orange flavor one. They also have peach tea flavor and stuff, which I haven't tried, but the orange one tastes really good. So I'm not really one for like the milk-based stuff or whatever, just a little bit sickly. Anyway, the ice cream. So you get a tub, and I was like, nah, it's gonna taste like crap. Jesus Christ. It's the same size as Ben and Jerry's. I got chocolate fudge something, and I'm not a big ice cream fan, but with it being warmer, and sometimes you just want a treat, especially when you're not eating crappy foods. You're like, I really want to like eat something good. Well, I say I'm not eating something good, but you know what I mean. Eating ice cream isn't good for you, right? It's full of sugar. But this, say, I'll get to how much is in it. In the chocolate cookie, whatever it is. I'll show it. Once I finish this, I'll go and grab one to show you. I bought some today. I got 3 of them, 3 for 10 quid. And I don't eat a lot of them. So, 308 calories per tub with 30 grams of protein and like low sugars and all that crap. You can just sit and eat a whole tub and you're full. You're done. I say I'm not a big ice cream fan, and it tastes just like what it says it is. They've got chocolate, they've got vanilla, and they've got salted caramel. I've not tried the vanilla, but the chocolate and the salted caramel are really good, and they taste just like. I feel guilty eating them. I feel bad eating them. They also have their own pizzas as well. They're like 700 calories for a full pizza, but that's like 60 grams of protein in it. And that's a full meal for me. So yeah, the My Protein stuff is like, I'm not gonna lie, the My Protein meals, because you always struggle. You don't want to be sitting eating plain crappy food when you're trying to lose weight. I don't want to be sitting eating, chicken breast and dry broccoli and all this. But these meals are fantastic, and they're big and filling as well. So you're gonna be true about calories in those treats. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to do it, but I felt guilty eating it. I sat in it the whole time, and I felt guilty. And I'm like, that's 300 calories. Right? That's nothing. How many calories are in a tub of Ben and Jerry's or whatever, So, but yeah, My Protein. And the funny thing is, and I spoke about this way back at the start of doing these videos on this channel. It just so happened when I started to think to myself, right, I want to start doing something about this. I can't live like this anymore. You know, I mean, back then, I couldn't walk. I couldn't sleep. I was obviously 80 pounds plus or whatever bigger. I was very unhealthy. I didn't care. I wanted to do something about it, but I always feel like what you eat is a big part. There's no point, don't get me wrong, you have to be strict. But you want to eat better, you know, and in conjunction with being more active, right? So it just so happens, so we have I think I may have spoke to you about this on the live stream I did on the other channel when I was playing Isaac the other week. If I have, I apologize, but I don't remember. But it just so happened we have a supermarket brand called Iceland, and the day before or something like that, I started to think about doing stuff. They just got a partnership with My Protein for ready meals, and they're frozen ready meals, but they've got so much choice, and that's basically been my main diet. And other things, I make my own breakfast wraps. I make, I use like egg whites, sausages, or chicken sausages, turkey bacon wraps. I do things like have salads, so tuna salads, or I make chicken with salads or whatever, right? I don't just eat these meals, but for what they are, because normally you get like weight loss meals, right? Weight Watchers and all that. They give you tiny portions, and a lot of the time, because they're substituting stuff, lower calorie pasta or lower calorie rice or whatever, it doesn't taste right. These aren't like that, trust me. And like I say, I've got no reason to pretend. They're fantastic. My favorite one is peri peri chicken. So I like spicy food, so you got peri peri chicken. It's got rice, peppers, a salsa sauce, peas, sweet corn. It's just fantastic. They got one as well, which is Singapore noodles. It's got pork, chicken, noodles, beans, and all that stuff, right? Then they've got like a meatball thing. They got this meatball pasta bake, which has got like this. I think it's low-fat meat for the meatballs, but they taste fine. It's got a bit of cheese in it. It's got jalapenos. It's got little pepperoni pieces. Now I can't really eat those that much because I think I mentioned earlier, but sometimes I get acid problems, and tomato-based products. If I eat too many sort of like tomato-based products, it flares it up. So when it comes to those, I can't really eat those that often, but they're really nice. They've got jerk chicken as well. So, well, that sounds like a lot of calories. No, nope. If you can, trust me. The peri peri chicken. I'll do it when I finish this. I'll show you. I'll grab a couple of things. Peri peri chicken comes in a big bowl. 500 odd calories, 60 grams of protein, and it fills you up. It fills your plate. If you put it on a plate, it fills your plate. Singapore noodles, exactly the same. I can't remember the macros, but the pizza's probably like a 10-inch pizza. It works at about 700 calories for the pizza, but it's like 60 grams of protein again. And low, everything else is all in order as well. I'm not really looking into like all the macros right now, like the carbs and maybe I keep an eye on the sugars and all that, but these meals don't really need to because the macros are already perfect for what I'm doing. I mainly just look at calories and protein, and these are low calorie, high protein foods. So yeah, and it's working. This has been my main diet since January, with other stuff thrown in. And don't get me wrong, like tonight, for example, if I can be bothered, I've been busy all week. It's Friday night. I may take a trip to the local shop and maybe buy myself some alcoholic beverages. And you may see me, if you're around, on the other channel playing some games and having a few beers. See, that's what's fantastic about this, is I've still, all these weeks, or maybe on one or two occasions if I feel like it, I have a couple of beers. Doesn't bother. You think about a beer, go for it. Like, the best thing about what's happening right now, I think I mentioned about Greg Doucette, Coach Greg. He's another one that's gave me a lot of good advice. I was talking about it yesterday. That's who I normally watch when I'm doing this. I put Coach Greg videos on. because, you know, he does like 20-minute videos, 3 videos, and I'm done. And the time just goes like that, you know. But obviously I've been talking right now, so at the minute I've got a bunch of Northern Line videos popping up on the TV. Amazing guy. Yeah, he speaks so much sense, and like he makes it sound so simple, and it is very simple. Like, it's very simple. It's kind of mind-boggling that beforehand I was so like mind-boggled by like, oh, what do I eat? Like, oh, I've got to watch these calories on. How much? No, just for me, calories in, calories out, and people say that calories in, calories out don't work. Well, newsflash, dipshit. Of course it works. Look at me for an example. Like, I'm actually going to do a video because I was going to do the 6 month transformation video, but unfortunately my dad became ill, and I had some stuff to do, so I couldn't get around to. I spoke about it in one of the videos the other week. Neo, don't go up there. Sorry, my cat. Neo, no. Oh God, no. Neo, sorry, Neo, off. He's climbing up the bench, which is holding this. I don't want him to knock it off. He likes sitting on the bench and he watches me whilst I'm doing it. It's like a weirdo, but yeah, that's what I was going to say about Greg. He said if you can, because he has his cookbook, his freaking cookbook and all that nonsense, right? Maybe he wants to help. No, he wants to sit on the bench and stare at me like a weirdo. He does that. He'll sit on the bench and stare at me. My other cat, Samson, is gonna. What are you doing? He's over there on the. You can't see it because I flipped the camera up. You can't see the camera because it's blocked by the thing that's holding the phone. But yeah, he said, like, change your diet so you don't feel like you're on a diet. And that's exactly what I feel like. I don't feel like I'm dieting. The food I'm eating's good. I'm not being like. So my cat is now humping the other cat for some reason. Samson, I will strangle this cat one of these days. Sorry, I'm just going to throw this t-shirt at my cat. Oi! He's humping the other cat for some reason. I don't know why he does it. Anyway, yeah, he says, like, don't change your diet, but don't make it like you're on a diet. And that's like what I feel like I say. And I'm able to like treat myself to a couple of beers, maybe 2 times a week. I've been doing that. Not every week, but you know, if I feel like it, I'm not like, oh no, oh, I can't do it. I'm going to break my diet because I'm still, the food I'm eating now, yeah, humping. Yeah, no, he's got this weird thing. I think I've said it before, but he's been neutered, but he's got this weird thing when he wakes up. He'll grab a brush and put a little makeup. No, he'll hand the scarf to fade it with the shake up. Oh, actually, the keys up on the table. No, he'll just like beeline for my other cat and start humping him. They're both boys, and they've both been done, so I don't get it. But he tends to do it mainly when he wakes up and grabs a brush and puts a little makeup. Sorry, I can't help it. If you don't know that reference, it's a song. I think you have to be of a certain age to know what that song is and to be into sort of a certain genre of music. Alright, so what are we on? 55 minutes. I'm in full cardio right now, 154 BBMs. But yeah, so he says, like, you know, make it so, you know, like a diet. Yeah, so you get those moments also you say a word and start singing a song. Yes, all the time. It's been my life since I was a child. Like, there's many times I'll say something, then say a quote from like a film. System of a Down, not mistaken, yes, Chop Suey. Do you know that song was originally called Suicide? But they had to change it because of the name. Because if you listen to the start of the song, you hear Serge Tankian saying, "We're rolling suicide." The song used to be called Suicide. But they changed the name of it for, well, you know, it's a bit morbid, isn't it? So I can't remember the exact reason, but they changed it. But yeah, the original song title was called Suicide. Fun fact. But yeah, don't feel like I'm on a diet. And doing this stuff is becoming easier and easier. And I feel like I sound like I'm bragging. I'm not bragging at all. It's just that I've worked every day for the last 6+ months to get to the point to where I am, and I'm still going, you know. There's still more to do. Fun fact, they didn't know last part of the song what to sing, so they opened the Bible. I don't think you trust self-righteous suicide. Oh, I love System of a Down. When angels deserve to die. Sorry, I can't sing. Keep it up. I will do. I mean, I put a video out last week, and I was just sort of like, I was just looking for more. I was looking for if anybody saw it and saw any sort of like information on like, oh, what can I do differently? You know, maybe I can do other videos like this. But I didn't know what to do. And someone put on it. Oh, was it you? No, it wasn't you commenting. Somebody commented saying, was it you that commented? Somebody did saying, don't lose motivation, and that wasn't my my point at all. I'm motivated every day. Do you usually put music while you work out? No, not really. I used to, but now I just put on YouTube videos. It's just background noise. I do know when you put on music, it sort of gives you that extra, you know, oomph, you know. And if I do need it, I probably will. But no, I just normally put on. I've got videos here like Northern Lion, stream VODs, or especially when I'm doing the treadmill, I put on videos like, say, Coach Greg videos. I just put them on. If he's got new ones out, I put them on, or I'll watch ones from the past I haven't watched before. But I do know. I remember I used to go to the gym a while ago. This is a long time ago, and I used to put the heaviest of metal on. I say the heaviest of metal. I'd listen to things like Metallica and Slipknot, and I guess Slipknot's pretty heavy back in the day. Metallica, Slipknot, and things, bands like Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit sometimes, maybe Linkin Park. Can't think, maybe some Eminem. But a lot of the times it was, you know, the song that really got me going, would always get me going, is a Metallica song, and it's called Blackened. I don't know if you know it. That always used to get me going. Or For Whom the Bell Tolls. That kind of stuff gets you going. So this is, sorry, I feel like an idiot. Listening to music definitely thinking. You should try. Oh my god, I can't even see. All I can see is Thompson at the end. Let's see. I can barely read that. I'll have a look at it in a minute. Oh. Right, that's 59 minutes. Oh, alright. Oh, there we go. Pause. Oh, we're at 5,000. Do you know what? I'm going to do an extra 250 steps. Queen of Knin. It's a Croatian singer who makes a cool combination of genres. Oh, okay. I do like a combination genre. I'm a big fan of rap rock. Well, used to be. I was a big fan of Linkin Park growing up. Limp Bizkit for a time. Although Limp Bizkit nowadays is a little bit cringe, but what's more cringe? Limp Bizkit, or saying Limp Bizkit is cringe, or a 34-year-old man saying the word cringe? Who knows, right? But Knin, I bet you don't pronounce the K there. In the city in Croatia, and it's basically a war song. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know music does help, but for now, it's like rock, metal, church. I've never really experimented in church songs, but I can only imagine what that sounds like. But yeah, no, I do like a bit of rap rock. Linkin Park's obviously for me, maybe not their later stuff, which became more pop, but obviously their first two albums for me were fantastic, and that was the prime age for me. When Linkin Park were at their prime, I was like 10 to 13, so it was perfect age for me. Same like System of a Down and bands like Evanescence. I really like Evanescence. Here's a fun fact for you. Lead singer of Evanescence, Amy Lee. I think to this day I still do, but when I was a kid, oh boy, I had the biggest crush on her. I love her voice. I think she's got a fantastic voice. But I had the biggest crush on her. Something about that jet black hair with those really piercing blue wolf eyes, or something about it. And yeah, I had the biggest crush on her. She's still a very attractive woman. So, all right, where are we at? All right, 45 more steps, and then I'm stopping. I'm going to stop at 6,000 steps for this session. 3.3 miles. Try Nightwish. That sounds familiar. That band sounds familiar. Also cool with some really good songs. Nightwish does sound familiar, but I may be, you know, thinking it sounds familiar and it isn't. I don't know. There we go. 6,000 steps. Stop. I know them 100%. I probably do. It's probably one of those bands where I've heard a song, but I can't put the band the band to the song. Oh man, I'm sweating a little bit more because I don't normally wear a tank top, but I didn't want to stand here with no top again, so I thought I may look a bit of a weirdo, especially live streaming. So what's the damage then? Let's have a look. Now I don't take this watch for gospel. I don't like every stat is like, you know, what's it called? Accurate, but it gives you a rough estimate. I got the Fitbit Sense 2. It's a pretty good, neat little watch. My highest heart rate was 160 BPM, 6,003 steps, 1 hour 2 minutes, 1,000 calories. This says 2.9 miles, but that goes by GPS, so I don't know how accurate it could be, but on a treadmill. But according to my treadmill, it's 3.3. And 88 minutes in zone, whatever the hell that means. I think that's like cardio or fat loss. You know, I think I have noticed it. Oh, I restarted it. No. End. Ah, my hand's this way. All right. 32 minutes fat burn, 56 cardio. Done. How many steps is that today? 13,759. Yeah, that's for today. Oh, it's gone off. That's today's. Is that backwards? I apologise if that's backwards, but that's today's stats so far. What time is it? 8:45. Oh, shut up, treadmill. There we go. Let me grab some water here. So, what normally happens after I do my walk? I can recover quite quickly now. My heart rate's still up, but I recover my breathing very quickly, which is something I've noticed has got better over time. I look like a druggie. Look at my eyes. It's like got bags underneath them. Yeah, I've noticed I can recover like my breath quite good now. Yeah, just in general. I need to have a shave, man. But yeah, let me just grab some water here. Oh, yeah. Let me get some good lighting. So I hate people that think they look like they've got muscle, but they haven't. But I think. Hold on. I think that's all right. Still got some tits there, but it's all about the lighting, isn't it? I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. That made you laugh. Well, I'm glad I can make you chuckle. Also, this video is in 30 FPS. I set it to 60 FPS, but for some reason, maybe you have to buy the premium version of Streamlabs. So that's what I was going to say. So I didn't fart there, by the way. That's my treadmill moving. But yeah, no. I don't really care. I genuinely don't care about muscles and stuff like that right now. But I've noticed the difference. I mean, it's very hard. It's hard to see without decent lighting, but usually slow but sure. Yeah, if I wasn't so big still, you definitely notice it more. But I've noticed it. Samson, be quiet. I can hear you. Yeah, if I wasn't so big, you know, you would see it more. But maybe I'm contradicting myself. I do like, it's like all this that you can't. It's not much, but you couldn't see anything. Like, see that you couldn't see anything here before. There was nothing. Yeah, Samson, no, Samson, get off! Sorry, he jumped on the bench. God, my phone is like boiling hot. Yeah, so I'm not bothered really about that, but being a bit of a hypocrite, what I'm saying is it's nice to see the difference. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, but I say my main goal is to lose weight, and that's what's happening. And if I can, you know, build muscle and then it starts to show, then great. I mean, I'm not going to show you my stomach because I'm very embarrassed about my stomach because I've got a bit of a sag now because I've lost weight. I have a bit of a sag, which I'm hoping I'm still young enough to not have a lot of excess skin. But if I do end up getting excess skin, whatever, it's the price I got to pay. I'd rather have excess skin and be healthy than be, you know, 430 pounds in weight or whatever, how many that is in kilograms. That's a lot. It's very heavy. I don't know kilograms. I can't remember what kilograms are, which is quite odd because for someone in the UK, we traditionally are supposed to use kilograms. But I think it's, when I was younger, I used to watch people that just said pounds. So I've always said pounds or stone. So 14 pounds in 1 stone. So at the minute I'm 25 stone, I think. As far as regards to Monday, I don't know what I am now because I weigh myself once a week, but yeah, I definitely noticed. Like I say, if I was to show you what I look like I say I can't do it here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need something to eat. I can't show you on here, obviously, but I've got videos of me before I started doing anything, and I look completely different. But yeah, no. So I've got a bit of a sag. But what I was saying, even in my stomach, even though I'm still quite large, obviously, when I look in the mirror, I can start to see. I always had quite a defined stomach anyway. I didn't really have to put my chest. I don't do any sit-ups or anything like that. Me just doing general weights and stuff like that and being more active is helping that and strengthening my back and my core, basically. So I don't do sit-ups or anything like that. I don't do legs because I'm a big guy. So me just walking around and lifting weights and all that is going to contribute to my legs anyway. And I don't care. I'm not trying to get ripped. As in, like, you know, I'm not bodybuilding, I'm losing weight. But like I say, maybe once down the line, once I can start concentrating on maybe stuff like that. But right now, as I'm repeating myself over and over again, yeah, my main goal is to lose weight. Anyway, wait there 1 second. I'm going to go and show you. I'm going to grab the ice cream and tell you, all right? Give me 1 sec. Oh my God, my legs. Oh. To wait, Samson, I'm afraid. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. Bear with me. Oh, right. Okay, so I got a couple. Sorry, I know you can't see me right now, but I am here. Hello, I'm here. So, this ice cream, okay? This is it right here. I don't know if that's backwards or not. It may be backwards. Chocolate ice cream. 103 calories per 1/3 tub. Right, I'll tell you the full macros, okay? So I'll do it per tub. So 303 calories for the whole tub, 9 grams of fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, which is whatever, 45 carbs, 9 grams of sugar, and 33 grams of protein and 0.9 grams of salt. So yeah, for me, I'm looking at protein and calories. So 300 calories, I can eat this whole thing, and I'm done afterwards. I don't want anything else. Just as a snack. I don't have to eat the whole thing, but I'm like, it's 300 calories, and I don't eat it every day. Yeah, so 300 grams. 300. It's not 300 grams of protein. It's 30 grams of protein, or 33, sorry, and just say 310 per ton. And then this is one of the meals that I get. So this is my protein again, peri-peri chicken with rice, and I'll show you the tub. So this is the bowl. Look at the size of this bowl, and that's the insides of it, right? I probably can't see it right, but this bowl is very big. So here's the stats on it, right? So this is per meal, right? The full thing. 550 calories, 6 grams of fat, 60 carbs, 11 sugars, 8 grams of fiber, 58 points, just say 59 grams of protein, and 2 grams of salt. That's a full meal there. Sometimes, if I'm feeling a little bit more hungry, I add chicken to it. So I get peri-peri chicken, which is like 300 odd calories for a couple of peri-peri chicken breasts. I chop them up, stick them in with it, make it a bigger meal. Especially if I'm feeling a little bit weaker. Add a little bit, yeah, maybe a little bit more salt, but they taste fantastic. I don't know if you can get them. I don't know where they do them, where you are, but where I am, these have been these. There's Singapore noodles, there's jerk chicken, there's the pizzas, there's the ice cream, there's wraps you can get as well. There's breakfast wraps, like bean wraps. I'm not really too sure on the wraps because the breakfast wrap I wasn't really keen on. You're not seeing any for, yeah. I mean, these are new. I mean, these literally came in like a day before I started doing this, which was, it felt like somebody was telling me something. And I couldn't believe it because I was so stressed out about, you know, how do I start, you know, with the eating. So yeah, so they've been fantastic. But like I say, I don't just eat those and that's it. You know, I make my own stuff as well, like salads, wraps, stuff like that. If you come to Britain, you show me where to try this. Yeah, just look for the nearest shop called Iceland. It's spelled exactly the same as the country. They're all over Britain, I think. Well, I'm in England, so I don't know if they're in Scotland and Wales and Ireland and stuff like that. But where I'm at, and I've got a friend that lives in a place called Brighton, which is way down south of England, like right at the bottom of the coast. He has them down there, so, and I actually told him about them, told him, like, you've got to try these. And he's like, why? I said, you've got to try them, they're that good. And he's not like a big guy, he's quite skinny, he's quite a small, skinny guy. And he said they're fantastic as well. And like I say, sponsored by My Protein. So, yeah, no, I get these, and then I have the My Protein multivitamins. The only reason I stick with My Protein is literally because of the meals. Because I know their meals are good, so they must do good supplements. So that means they must do good. Samson, no, get off. Of course, they want to use this bloody bench as an obstacle course when they've got loads of stuff to run around in. Yeah, so because I trusted their food, I was like, right, well, they must do good supplements, and they must do good pre-workout, and they must do good protein, and they do. I buy the orange pre-workout, it's like an orange mango flavor. And then I also buy the orange mango protein powder, which is clear whey protein. Just tastes like orange and mango soft drink, which I'm going to have, well, now, actually. But yeah, you just got to look for when you go to the UK, just look for the closest Iceland, and they're all in there. No, so you can put these in the microwave. So these go in the microwave for like, what is it? 7 minutes, you stir it, and then another 4 minutes. Or, is what I do is, I don't know why I keep looking here for the camera, it's right there. What I do is I put them in the oven. They don't taste any different, it's just that that's what I do. Maybe they do taste a bit different, but I just prefer putting them in the oven. Samson, this cat, man, do you want a cat? I will post him I'll post him to you in several pieces if you like. He's being a pain. He's being a pain because he wants something. which is fine, but I'm busy. But yeah, no, they're very easy to make. And then say this ice cream. I mean, it tastes like chocolate ice cream. It's like I said before, like you get protein. Sometimes you get protein. Purple face smiling tears. I don't know. Is that an emoji? It doesn't come up. It says purple face smiling tears. I think I know what that is. Yeah. Normally you get like protein stuff, like protein shakes. And like I said before, it's like, oh, this is the best chocolate flavor. It tastes just like this. And it doesn't taste like crap. This tastes like chocolate ice cream. And like I say, you feel guilty. Purple face smiling tears. Yeah. Yeah, there's no emojis coming up on this chat. I can't, like, the chat just goes right across the screen on here. So, but yeah, 14,000 steps today. And then for the rest of the week, I've been averaging about 13,000. What the hell is that? Is your cat just walk over the keyboard or something? You got a cat? Talking to cats, my cat's taking a dump right now. I have their cat litter trays in here, in a enclosed cabinet, and my cat is taking a dump. I tried to blur your screen with random text. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, luckily I don't have any sort of spam protection here. You might have got timed out. Okay, there he goes. Childish, I know. That's fine. I mean, when I say take up the screen, you'd have to write like a big paragraph. Please don't, though. One thing I have changed with my weights, by the way. Also, I don't know if can you see? Right. God, my phone is red up. One thing I have changed. There's my weights machine. It's nothing crazy, but it does the job. One thing I have done. My phone feels like it's going to melt. Is I've stopped using gloves. I used to use weightlifting gloves, but I feel like I get a better grip with just my hands, so I've stopped using gloves. I just use my hands, bare hands now. Feels better. So, yeah, that's about it really. But I think I'm going to go because it's late, it's 9 p.m. and I want to take a trip to the shop. Gloves suck. Yeah, I thought I got them ages ago and then I forgot about them. And then I found them out. I was like, oh, I might as well use them. But no, it feels much more natural with just the bare hands. So, excuse me. So, yeah, I'm back on just bare hands again. I got hiccups. So I got a little screen protector for my phone because I'm that clumsy sometimes. Not my phone, sorry, my watch. And you might think, why do you take it off? Why do you take it off? I take it off when I'm doing the walk on here because I get that sweaty. And like it builds up the sweat underneath the screen protector, so I switch it off. I mean, I take it off and then put it on afterwards. There's a little pointless story for you on why I take off the thing. You have stuff to. Yeah, that's fine. I've still got plenty of time. Let me just hold on. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold on. I'm just gonna take my. Hold on. Yes, Samson, I can hear you. Don't worry. All right, so, now let me show. Yeah, I'll show you my ghetto setup right now. Hold on. Sorry for the close camera. It's not very flattering, is it? Here, this was the setup. Weights bench. Sorry, it's all sweaty. Our weights bench, arm onto the. That's basically it. But do more streams. Yeah, most likely. Maybe once a week. But yeah, here's my... yeah, nothing crazy. Treadmill. There's my machine. There's one of my cats. And there's the... Samson. There's Samson. And then, yeah, you saw the bench. So... my phone's burping at me. But, yeah, I'm going to go. Now I know I can stream... do it using... I think I'm shouting as well. I apologize if I'm shouting. Now I know I can stream... using this Streamlabs. I'm not even looking at the camera again. Now I know I can use Streamlabs on my phone. I can, nice home gym. Yeah, I just wish I put it in the other room. This is my living room. Yeah, this is my living room, so I wish I had it in my other room, but never mind. I don't really use my living room anyway. I'm just lowering the treadmill. But yeah, it does the job. It's nothing fancy, but I'm covering the camera. I don't know where to hold. Do you know what? Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I put my case back on. I didn't know how to hold my phone. My phone keeps vibrating. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for the close camera. Is that enough forehead for you? I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's me. Neo, I'm gonna fucking strangle you in a minute. Sorry for that. It's so frustrating because the bee pains in the backside. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna get ready. I'm really sweaty, so I probably should have a shower, but I haven't enough time, so I'll just get a shower when I get back. Maybe if I can be bothered. I don't smell. I had a shower earlier, so it should be fine. Yeah, but I'm gonna go. I may stream on my other channel if you're interested. I don't know what I'm gonna play. Most likely Isaac for a change. Yeah. What's that? Talking of Isaac, there's my TV there. A bunch of Northern Lions stuff on. Anyway, I'm gonna go. What's this? 450 zone. Okay, shut up. Anyway, how do I end this? Right. Thanks for stopping by the way. Give me a bit of company whilst I'm doing that. It definitely makes a difference. So I'm also looking at the wrong place again. I'm going to keep looking here. I need to look there. Yeah, I'll be back at some other time, and I will stream more now. I know I can do this. So, yep. But yeah, I'm going to go. Stay safe. Yeah, I'll be back on the other channel if you're interested in a bit. So, goodbye. But yeah, thanks for stopping around. Appreciate it. And I'll be back again. All right. I'm going to end this before it gets awkward. Goodbye. Stop.